Hey, I am live. Thank you. Thank us for being here with me. As if nobody. No one is here with me. Um so what am I going to do? Am I going to start? No, because I just start. Um as usual, I want to talk about stuff that is recommended in my phone or stuff that I see in my phone, especially in YouTube, because we are in YouTube. My name is Melky, and um, what's different about me? I think I am one of those guys who read the terms and conditions. I am not a professional legal advisor, although I do make a living somewhat, well, I think everyone is making a living using the law to a certain extent, and I am one of them. All right. Um, very important to me. The great master Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, um, has ended his chapter in this world or in his human life. I'm serious. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry about that. He has passed away, and he's so great. And he is Dragon Ball's creator. I don't know what he is like personally, and I could not empathize in that way. Um, a lot of people. If you see, if you kind of um, if you kind of have an aggregation of what what um what how people should make comments about the one who is deceased, you would kind of base it on your real life, but online, guys, I think especially for popular people, it's kind of hard to demand um, the kind of sadness that you would have in real life situation or in your family and friends situation. But it is undeniable, for me at least, that he is a great man and he has achieved great things, and that I personally would 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 be so would be the direction of my success. Basically, it is somewhat, if I'm a successful person, I should be like Akira Toriyama. So um I'm a Christian, and I think everyone is going to meet each other, even though they are even though they have already died. And if I were to meet him again, I mean meet him in the future, um I would say congratulations. It is something that I would say. And for all of us weeps out there, and we gotta acknowledge the people who say that, oh, Akira Toriyama has brought us together, and you know what, that is really true. Dragon Ball was the Dragon Ball is the weep anime that we all knows. So if we were to go to American weep, or we would go to Latin America's weep, Asian weep, the baseline would be Dragon Ball. and maybe not in age group that is younger than me, but when the internet started, there are subsections of group of people, and we have the weebs, right? And all of those weebs are Dragon Ball weebs, or maybe they know Dragon Ball, because all weebs have not all weebs have the same taste. But we should, like, more 90% or very high percentage of us um, are related together uh, with with the help of Dragon Ball, and that is early internet weebs, I can say. So a great man, Akira Toriyama. It's really, you know, um, um, it's really, I we don't know the guy though. Amazing, isn't it? We don't know the guy. We don't know Oda. We don't know Eiichiro Oda. We don't know Kishimoto, Naruto. Um, I even forgot Bleach, Bleach creator. I should have remembered him, but I forgot. But I just really I do that a lot with a lot of names of people, even important people in my life. So I'm that kind of guy. But it is weird how things that are so close to us, that are so dear to us, um, is not that attributable to familiarities of a persona. Akira Toriyama is like a company. It's like Bill Gates. It's like Elon Musk, right? Nowadays, the modern times, we are connected with through technologies, right? It is kind of weird from my perspective, because I came uh, from a society where even phones, guys, are not mobile phones. So I live in the era where they use that rotary phone. I was in that society, and to have most of our time, each and every day, being facilitated by the people we don't know personally. Yo, don't you think that is an evolutionary novelty? Like, not just technological or economical, commercial novelty, but also an evolutionary weirdness, in a way that we are designed to live in a society that is close to us for thousands of years, and we have evolved around that. Now we live with the whole world being connected with us. What an achievement, human beings. But there are times I believe that we should take it slow. There's really great merit in taking it slow for certain situations, to reflect on our relationship, and to reflect with the laws of our network, with the cultures of our network, because it is beyond our intuition of how great that is. So the tool that we should use is the law. I gotta say, you guys, especially the law around internet, intellectual property law, that is the kind of tool you used to, like, people in the past used spears and bows to make a living. They use shovels, and they use, what do you call it, the pickaxe, no, in order to make a living. And I think to be able to use our intuition in terms of our position in the society, our raw biological normal intuition is like hunting with bare hands now. We got to attach something to it, and that something is the law, the articulation of the law. That is why, guys, if people are like, oh, I just want to live with culture, and they don't want to articulate it, or they just want to talk irresponsibly and don't want to address problems in their life, um, given the current situation, it is cringy. The least, at least, it is very cringy. You got to articulate it, um, and that is humble. Yes, I'm going to say that, guys. That is humble. If you feel anxiety all the time, the more you use internet, the more you use social media, the more you are anxious. Um, because it's so weird, it's so chaotic, and it's so not in line with our intuition. But if you read the law, a lot of terms and conditions, a lot of privacy policies, you will find that it's helpful, guys. It your A lot of your natural stuff would be, in terms of mind, right, would be pretty relevant, right? Because that's the tool you want. That's the answer right there. That is like the our safe checkpoints in terms of society. And yes, indeed, um, the open source was the law, and the internet I know the internet was made by the military of the United States, but even the United States government is the pillars of the society, are based on their constitution, right? And in the military, there's a certain order, and that order don't want to go against the law that much, right? um, that's military. I know military has its own laws, guys. It is pretty. Uh, it could sometimes be detached from the civil laws, depending on the situation. So they are indeed special, but order is order, right? And that's how you navigate, guys. That's just so imperative. It is so absurd for me to see people who promoted anti-orderly behavior in terms of the law, and like irresponsible talking right there. So cringy. Irresponsible talking, guys. It's like if you if you see that South African Mortal Kombat clip memes that say, I don't want peace. I want problem always. Right? I did it badly. I want problem always. You ended up becoming one of those people because um, you just don't you like irresponsible talking probably in the dictatorship, right? The problem is it can't be solved, right? But it's just the sense of safety, I assume, that you get from not being directly responsible of your speech. It's addictive. It's like alcohol, and it feels kind of good. But at the end of the day, right, you're living in a democracy, and you're living in a freedom of speech situation. You should not waste that. You should not bring us back to winter. Winter could not be coming. Doesn't Winter doesn't have to come. But if all of us, acted like we live not in summer, yeah, I mean, like the universe is going to answer that. So we live in a summer, guys. We live in a bright light. Let's solve the problem whenever we can. No, we just want peace. Don't want problem always. Okay. All right. Let's start. I got post from the controversial rise of Pipkin Pippa from Rima Evanstar. Rima Evanstar is one of those gossip channel, and I think there's merit to gossip in terms of entertainment. But if you're addicted to gossip, you would not leave people alone, and that is not healthy, guys. All right, like, let people have their own life and let you also have your own life. If you thought like, why won't people leave me alone, that is because you nurture gossip too much. All right, people cannot have their life in peace. All right, next. Yo, I got the bug. I got bug in my around in my surroundings. Why investors want Sundar Pichai fired? This is logically answered. Okay, I know that he's the CEO of Alphabet, of what used to known as Google. He is right. He has brought, like, he's been around for a while, and as you guys know, until now, Google is still great. You know, so I haven't seen the data, regretfully. So I'm going to reserve from commenting too much. I just gotta say what I know, and what I sense is that Google is great. Alphabet is a great company. Um, okay. Uh, we got Stevie Owe. He's a nurse and also a comedian. I got a lot of respect with his work. Is so good. I admire a lot of his clips and videos. Letter of Resignation, and he put on laughing emojis, hashtag MUFKR. Me, I won't let work. Okay, so this post you gotta check it yourself. This is also his work of art, so I'm not going to spoil it for you. Stevie EOE, letter of resignation meme. Yeah. All right. Um, it's pretty funny. Mm, we got The Idiot of by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Okay, Dostoevsky is highly recommended by the psychologist that I admire, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. All right. So this is the book The Idiot by audiobooks. Now, I gotta check this channel up, guys. It doesn't have a check mark. So a lot of audiobooks, even the ones that are recommended by YouTube, probably has a lot of copyright issue. Okay, and if sometimes we want to attribute gratitude to authors, right? And authors, right? Some authors, a lot of authors would want their works to be popular, right? I personally myself have written a lot of stuff. It might not be great, but if a lot of people read it, I would like fulfill the purpose of my work, right? So I would go for open source license so that people could spread it around. And I believe that a lot of authors or creators would want that to happen. But at the end of the day, the ones who do that, rarely got big, and the ones who got big you know, at the end of the day, a lot of them um, put protection on their work with intellectual property. So you got to give merit to the intellectual property law. It becomes a law for a reason. And I know that a lot of people have disputed the fact that you want to give rewards to the creator. That's why you do intellectual property law. And a lot of people has disputed that, being like, no, a lot of times the intellectual property law hindered the the well-being of the authors themselves. Um, you know, so in terms of back to the audiobook stuff, who are we to judge, right? Who are we to judge that everyone wants to be pirated? And who are we to judge? Just because we want to get stuff for free, it is okay for us to not pay and just use it whatever. And moreover, it's even more dangerous after you consume a lot of those stuff. It's going to mess up with your creation as well, because you want to create something that is from you, right? But if your memory is filled up with stuff that is protected, right, your intuition is what is going to want to create from that repository. And that is, a lot of times you could get away with it, but when you are not getting away with it, you're gonna have a feeling like, oh, it's uncalled for. Guys, I'm telling you now, your intuition is going to deceive you. There's a good reason, and there's a powerful reason behind laws. I'm not saying all laws are great, all laws are good, but it's 1,000 years of evolution, of human articulation, of problems, of bloodshed, of disputes around the world, and they're being condensed and formalized. Like, a lot of stuff are annoying, and they have so many pages and so many texts. The one that you are upset for about, probably only like 1%, and it's huge, I know. But what you don't see is everything that is good that you are doing is in line with the law. That is the other 99%. Yes, I'm saying this with confidence. It's going to be around 99%. Like, for example, don't kill. That's law. Like, obviously, people don't kill. Why would you need a law for that? Right? Um, yeah, things like that. Don't kill, don't steal, and the derivatives of that. Like, 99% of the time, everything that works out in this world has something to do with the law that is being run well. Oh, it's not the law, it's culture. It's not the law, it's just human. I'm not going to go into that too much, okay? Um, what do I got here? National Geographic. Leaf cutter ants slice leaves for the colony. A real bug's life. Wow. Okay. I'm going to talk about the law again for this, but it is even interesting. So I'm going to try to not go there again, okay? Um, ants and bees. What a miracle. What a miracle how a colony of insects could work out. Like, right, guys? What a miracle. They don't have laws. They don't have. Okay, I'm going to talk about that again. It's going to be pretty boring. Um, all right, here we got Russell Brand. He's exposing the deep state. No one is ready for what is coming in. Okay, a pretty long title here. Okay, and he got a guest star. Russell Brand, check him out. He always make criticism for the establishment, for the popular propaganda. So if you want to kind of have the opposite perspective of what is popular. Uh, you want to set yourself free from the politicians that is using you, that have been putting this information inside your head that you've always been believing in, and that actually works in favor of their wealth or their circuit, with whether or not you are being advantaged or disadvantaged, regardless of that. Check out Russell Brand. A lot of critical thinking stuff. Really highly recommended. Russell Brand. Okay. Um, Venezuelan gangs bring violence to USA. Wow, no. And also Haiti as well. In Haiti, there's a gang problem as well, and it's pretty serious. I I was like I was a donator of food for the poor, and I got their newsletters, right? And they are now in can I say it? I think I could safely say that they're in a desperate situation. There's a there's a gang situation over there. So they kind of like, this is an organization that gives out food for the poor. They post their financial report online in their sites, so they are at least want to be responsible in one way or the other. And this organization is trying to help people. And Haiti, guys, I wouldn't know that that is happening in Haiti if it not for them. Venezuela's gang, South America's gang situation is really bad. And all around the world, whenever there's war, there's always the risk of that rising up. Okay. It is not just one side of the world. It affects all sides of the world, because we don't know this network of weapons trading, their black market and stuff. So um, this is the problem of the world. We should not close our eyes, because just because this is why critical thinking is very important, guys. Because the evil people may be connected more than us, and we cannot let that happen. Like our government, it's easier to govern people that are living in an echo chamber. I give you that. That is kind of maybe somewhat contributes to our temporary stability, but I do believe that is temporary, because the people makes up the state. And you just gotta give common sense to people, so that everything would run permanently. You got not just like Nazism. uh, the moment you got a bad leader, it's going to go south really fast, because people are not because the goodness of the country is not out of people's consciousness, but out of an authoritarian or a strong leader's leadership. Yeah, and that is an asset like a machine. So if that leader is replaced, like Lee Kuan Yew, Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, a very iconic leaders like that, if those guys who's proven have brought somewhat a degree of stability for a long time, now we cannot say that the same with Russia right now as much as before. But still, okay, if that were to be replaced by by worst guys, ooh, guys, ooh. So yeah, we should be better connected than the terrorists, than the evil gang members. um we should. And our connection is in the light, their connection is in the dark. Is the people who are involved, don't want to make themselves known. The people who are involved is always trying to hide. So it's so easy to have bad actors inside. So our connection is in the light, where people are responsible, where everybody knows who they are. And I commend all the content creators out there who's putting themselves up, who make themselves known to the world. That is such a courageous act, and we should all be connected together, guys, because these evil people are very connected. Some of them are very, very connected. These gangs, like they say that they're protecting people from the dark. Okay, but what if they become naka naka with each other? You know what I mean? We cannot have control over that, and they make schemes and whatsoever. So audit, like guys, audit our network. um you know, the fact that it is kind of problematic if we want to connect together, and there's always something trying to ruin our relationship. It's just crazy, isn't it? Because it's just so stupid, guys. Because all this time our ancestors have been connecting with each other the same way, and now we cannot do that. Yeah, I know we connected through the internet, and there's a different price to it, but the prices, the price menu has been publicized, right? If there's more price tags, then please display it. So that's why we're living in the light, guys. Okay, we're not trying to, you know, um, like these people who might who might put more difficulty to our relationship and said you gotta pay. Yeah, these are probably the kind of people who's up to no good for our lives at the end of the day. So um, scrutiny, audit, respect your accountants, respect your auditors, and get that spirit up together, because we are going to rely on that. We're going to rely on that network, guys, the network that lives in the light. Okay. um please, guys, it is the remedy, it is the answer. And please participate, guys. Don't get fooled. Don't be a tool for politicians, for corrupt politicians who just keep on want to take from you. And they even realize that the world is going to end if things keep on going that way, but they just keep on doing anyway. It's like King Curry in War of the Vision. Then stop me with your power. Like, dude, what's our role, right? We're civilians and stuff. I don't know, man. It's insane. Yeah, and you know what? One more thing, guys. I think it's pretty strategic to get into insurance company. The way they set up is, I kind of like, maybe there are a lot of sliminess and unfairness, as with all the systems, right? And people always discourage people from i- trying to get into something that needs improvement after improvement after improvement. Stop doing that, guys. Stop being so apathetic and anarchist. I mean, too much, guys. People are not getting things, actual good things done. um and what am I going to do? Insurance, keep on improving, keep on participating, and scrutinize your insurance if they are not being fair. But the way they're set up is like, if bad things happen, supposedly they're at loss. A lot of lies could be used to get away with murder. But in the light, the in the articulation of the contract, right, guys? That is not what the promise is. That's not what the deal is. So that could be scrutinized, and that's something that can be held on to. That's supposed to be able to be held on to, and we need a lot of participation to secure that. So if you're discouraged from being like that, probably these are bad actors that are discouraging you too much. Just also, of course, be strategic about it, because yeah, if you're if you are tied with bad insurance companies, then yeah, that never actually pays for stuff. Yeah, okay, you gotta listen. You gotta be critical, of course. But the idea of insurance itself now, I think it's hot. I think it's a good investment if you know what you are doing. So look more into it, guys. Look more into it, guys. Growing. I like this. Next level gardening. This is the channel. Best two ways to start pepper seeds indoors or outdoors. Next level gardening. Grow your own food. If you know how to do that, you have more confidence, I believe. All right. Um, okay. Okay. Uh, Maxim Bedi, do you like it? Have you ever seen Maxim Bedi? And he likes to make funny comments on people's videos. I like him a lot, Maxim Bedi. And the title of this recommended video called "Trendy, Expensive, Absurd Art." Okay, that one is not exactly the common recommendation, but it is a kind of recommendation. But it is not the way you guys think. It is from a different page, from a different category, guys. So take it with a grain of salt. I know I've said I'm making comments on my recommendation, but I also said things that are being shown to me. So that one was not exactly my main recommendation page. So what do I got here? From our key channel, this is my recommendation page. Kiara questioning Bebo's first language. All right, so we got a lot of new VTubers as well, and they are very, very good as well. Like Hololive, Niji Sanji, these are famous VTuber companies, and I'm seeing a lot of new VTubers coming up from like um, Narisa is a new Hololive VTuber, but those that are kind of independent maybe or new companies. Um, I don't follow them a lot. Like Hololive itself, the one that I followed, already has a lot of VTuber, and I forgot a lot of these new people's names, but they are very good. They are pretty good. I want to remember someone that I could recommend to you guys, but oh, but I forget names so easily. uh yeah, and that is just how it is, right? Because competition is going to come when you are successful, so you gotta change and adapt. I am still rooting for Hololive girls, and rooting for, I forgot, Meriwetherly, and their and his VTuber company. I forgot. It started with A. I am rooting for them also. They are like one of the earlier VTuber as well. I'm still rooting for them, but gotta say the competitions are pretty great. We got some ordinary gamers, internet commenter like Moist Critical, Penguin Zero, Charlie, some ordinary gamers, and um, some other commenter channel. And this one from some ordinary gamers, the title said, "I reported this guy and he's hiding from the CIA now. I think he's talking about this person in picture right there. I think that's Robert Kiyosaki, and the other one is this this pastor, this great church, mega church pastor. I forgot his name again, but he make a lot of um, miracle services, and a lot of people pay a lot of money to him, and he could afford his own private jet, if I'm not mistaken. And a lot of people have a problem with that. Like, if you're a religious leader, why are you that rich? Yes. No, is it always bad to be like that? What if someone who is good could make it work? Or is it impossible? Please leave a comment. Please leave a comment, guys. All right. View us. I think this is like a cult video. Point of view, you know too much. Ooh, do I know too much? Why is this recommended to me? Do I know too much? Hey guys, this video is recommended to me. I don't know what this is. Is this music or something? It's view as view from beautiful and as from as. View as joined together, no spaces. That's the name of the channel, and looks like a cult music video, cultist music video. Um, Pretty scary, like a horror movie. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting stuff. Maybe if you want to check it out, you know too much. What is it about? All right. Sora the troll. He likes to go live a lot, and he do a lot of stuff. So this is a man of ideas and a man of doing it. Sora the troll and road trip to Japan heritage. Ooh. He's a Japanese as well. He likes to talk about um, how the culture clashes, but he's doing like some kind of skit with it. So check him out. Pretty cool. All right, what do I got here? Beautiful people. We got handsome, charismatic old guy. Okay, we got Lex Friedman, Serhii Plokhy, history of Ukraine, Russia, Soviet Union, KGB, Nazis, and war. Lex Friedman's podcast. Wow, this is some serious stuff, which is nice to. It's a nice food to eat. People don't just eat by bread alone, but also from every words that came out of God's mouth. So God is the spirit of truth. If you want to know the truth, if you want to know wisdom, that is a great food for the soul. Um, I got tax channel. If you want to talk about channel, also again Akira Toriyama is in the news in BBC, in my local countries news. He's everywhere. He is an influential figure. Like anime is a subculture that is as popular, probably as Hollywood subculture. So that is amazing, guys. So amazing, and he is one of that guy. He is like the progenitor guy um, of the anime industry. Now this, now this is a news channel. I really like this news. I think it's like a professional press discipline news channel. It's now this. So the news we got here are, oh, it's an announcement. It's not a video. So if I read everything, then I'm going to I'm going to give out to you like 60% of the content. So I'm not. So it's basically about International Women's Day, and they got comments from some women here. If you are interested, um, please do. And again, I think, guys, let's talk about YouTube recommendation system, guys. Like for example, I like to watch um, entertainment stuff, but if you watch a lot of entertainment, uh, the next day probably the one that is recommended to you would be all entertainment. Like another another genre would be more difficult to find. I think, there's stuff that is consumed weekly, there's stuff that is consumed like twice a day, like lecture videos. You still want that to be recommended to you, but you get a lot of entertainment all the time. Now, what if you got a lot of lecture video recommendation, right? Even though you always clicked on the entertainment stuff, right? In fact, if an entertainment stuff is just recommended like only few times a day, in only few times a day, you would just click it because it's a snack. It's just easy to eat. It's just a snack, and you would likely to get it. But what we want more of are those heavy stuff, so that we can have a lot of option to make our decisions for, and that's the kind of information that we want more. Like the entertainment stuff is just consumed instantly. It doesn't take a lot of. It's just going to be. It's different. It's they are both there. We use different. I don't know what to say, but I hope you guys get it, right? I think there's merit um, in getting a lot more hard to digest contents, um, more like it has more favorable recommendation algorithm than the easy to digest content. So I think the formula needs to be changed. And what's meritable about that? I mean, hard to consume contents is more meritable than the easy consume content, right? Um, Unless the easily consumed content is a really, really well presented, well articulated of what other people would present as a hard consumed content. It's like the E equals MC square of physics, right? But it's pretty rare, right? It's pretty rare to have one of those. Um, yeah. So how do you make a formula about that? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. And what I want to look for is that I it is not unfair to do that in terms of meritocracy, right? Is it meritocratic to recommend more easy to digest content because you click it all the time, you tap it all the time? So it is meritocratic to recommend all of those stuff more than the hard to digest content? Uh, I don't think so, because hard to digest content has a lot of meritable contents, or fruit of thoughts that benefited the consumers, right? You got to look at it not from the point of view of clicks or exposure, but you got to look at it from the point of view of profit, sustainable growth rate, and what do you call it? The going concern principle. That kind of merit, right? The sustainability, and also what do you call it? What do you call it? The It's just profitability, but to everyone the meaning is different. Profitability is things that going to carry you forever. That's profitability in my book. So you got to look at it from that kind of merit as well. Um, how to decide it, how to formalize it without being political or being one-sided or being dogmatic or being unfair. That is the thing that needs to be solved, right? That needs to be solved, but it doesn't mean that you should just ignore it. um, we got Andrew Huberman. He's a neuroscientist, a very good presenter, user-friendly presenter. I think he's from Stanford, right? He's a teacher or a professor in an Ivy League college, but he looked very humble. His presentation is so good. How placebo effects work to change our biology and psychology. Just placebo. Interesting to see. Interesting to see. Um, C.S. Lewis essays. This is an interesting channel that has C.S. Lewis content. Now, C.S. Lewis is a great content creator. Uh, like Narnia is made by C.S. Lewis, and he's a friend of J.R. Tolkien, who made The Hobbit or the Lord of the Rings. Two very influential creator of art. Like the fantasy modern art, like the form of, you know how to express that, the fantasy genre, guys, the way that we like it a lot, that we are blessed a lot by that style of fantasy, guys. These are the guys, one of the guys. And of course, he lived a long time ago and he's not with us anymore, but his works are still with us. And I think this channel wants to eternalize his works. So C.S. Lewis essays, Reflection on the Psalms audiobook. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Some copyrights could be extended beyond, like copyright 70 years, if I'm not mistaken. Beyond that, like patent 20 years, but it could be extended. Now that's a debate for another day. But if you're looking for C.S. Lewis content, just so you know, YouTube has it. If you want an official source of C.S. Lewis content, I wouldn't be able to say it. I wouldn't be able to say, because it's pretty hard. Like Universal Music would be a well-known brand, but what kind of brand carries C.S. Lewis or Tolkien? Um, my hope would be they're already in the public domains, right? So everyone can publicize it, use it, share it with everybody else, get money out of it. That's a good thing. I prefer that. But if I also would hate it if I would break the law, um, or not be in the law, not being able to ride on the momentum, wasting my time, not being in the momentum, because it's a privilege to be able to be in the law. Is a privilege also. So there are some losses there. Um, so up to you guys, up to you really. Freedom of choice, freedom of opinions. Justice is the priority, of course, Okay. Next, learn accounting in under 5 hours from Accounting Stuff channel. Accounting is very good. Like the perspective you got from accounting, I think adulthood is not just determined by age. In fact, adulthood is the understanding of price, right? The understanding of hardship, the understanding of how to put a price on things. Just not just in terms of money, but also in terms of a lot of other stuff, difficulties, valuableness, uh, success of problem solving, um, scalability, a lot of stuff. Um, all right. I got Scorby U Bible channel. The website is also available here, representing Alexander Scorby, saying that they are official. I gotta be honest with you. This audiobook channel might seem legit, but I cannot prove it 100%. But that this is my go-to channel to read the Bible, in terms of audiobook. Yeah, it's King James. Some King James are available here, and it's available for free in YouTube. I do donate to them. Um, I think it's a good thing to do, especially if you got a lot of benefit for it. It would be a healthy thing for your mind to feel like you are a reciprocal person. Being in a society, reciprocity is what keeps us alive. So that is a serotonin boost and fortification for your mind. Very healthy to be reciprocal. Now, talking about Scorby U Bible's channel, it's pretty hard, to be honest, to find a Bible audiobook read by decently read by people who are respectful but also user friendly. It's pretty hard. Um, Maybe you could easily find the one if you don't care about licensing and stuff. But to find something that, I think Scorby's channel probably is like legit, probably is not. Cannot prove it, but um, hopefully it's at least it could also be in the public domain. So it's pretty hard. I think that channel is the best I can do. If there is something better, then I would go for it. But it's really not clear if this is. It really seems like it could be official. Um, yeah, I do worry about that. I do worry about that. Let's end this. Let's end this live. Thank you very much, and goodbye.